Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel, and this is actually my very first video of 2026. Yay! And I am cosplaying Saika Maizono from Danganronpa, and that was actually not the plan originally. I was actually gonna cosplay, do some TikTok videos, do some photos, and then go shower and then come down and make this video. But I was like, I'm in cosplay. This is for my cosplay channel. Why don't I just make it in my cosplay? That's not weird. I've seen a lot of people do that where they will get in cosplay and like make a video and all that kind of stuff, just a random video. Or I've seen people where they'll live stream and do random stuff in cosplay. And I was like, why don't I do that? I want to do that for a while now, and this is just the perfect time, I guess. Now, it wasn't my plan, so I'm excited. And I also just feel like I look pretty right now. I love my makeup. This sparkly stuff I have on the inner corner of my eye, I didn't even know I had until I went looking for a pink eyeshadow and I found it. I don't know if you guys can see that. But thanks, Mom. She gave me that a while ago. But yeah, I don't. Oh, Monokuma plush. I got my Monokuma plush. He is very dirty. I've had him for a long time now, and he just sits on my bed, so he's a little dirty. I need to clean him. I need to search up how to clean plushies is one thing I gotta do. But yeah, I'm so excited for this video. This is a video I've been meaning to make. Sorry, I just hit the camera. But I wanted to make for a long time. I was actually gonna make it like months and months ago. But I planned on waiting because I was gonna finish a couple props before I made this video, and I never did. So I'm just gonna make this video anyway, just show you guys the unfinished props, because why not? But yeah, I'm gonna go in no particular order, um, or these are not all just props from 2025, I do want to state that. These are every single prop I've made, hopefully. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, because I might be. I don't think I am, but you never know. But yeah, not in any particular order because I don't remember when I exactly made everything. I'm just gonna kind of go by character. And the first character I'm going to start with is Puppet from FNAF or Five Nights at Freddy's. And the first thing I'm going to show you is, I'm pretty sure, my first ever prop. I'm not 100% sure, but it is basically just Puppet's box. I initially made this for my Puppet plush because I did a photo shoot with it. And I also made this for a video I made on my other channel because I was going to do this whole thing and it never happened. But I eventually started using this when I did my puppet cosplay for the first time back in 2023, I believe it was. Maybe 2022, one of those two. And I finally used that in that video. And then when I re-cosplayed Puppet, I believe in 2024, I used this. However, in my recent Puppet cosplay, I did not use this just because it was a pain to get to. So I decided to leave it out. But basically, how I made this box. I had this box for years, probably over a decade, and it was just sitting under my bed rotting. So I decided I'm gonna paint it and use it as my puppet box. So basically, box is all you need. This one specifically, I'm pretty sure it's from the dollar store, and painted it blue. And I had this ribbon actually. Surprisingly, I had like basically a perfect match of ribbon, and just hot glued it. I will say I do use this box for like my sewing stuff, which is nice. I'm glad I kept this because now I have a sewing machine. I wanted to say that for Christmas, one of the main things or one of the bigger things I should say I asked for was a sewing machine. I genuinely was not expecting to get it. Specifically, I asked for a secondhand sewing machine because I know they can be expensive. My parents brought me a brand new sewing machine, and funny enough, because it was my bigger gift, it was my big gift. My parents said, because they bought my sister like a perfume set with like little samples in them, and then whichever sample you like, there's like a coupon thing in it where you can get the bigger version for free. That thing cost more than my sewing machine. I thought that was funny. But anyway, I'm glad I've kept these because I do plan on using my sewing machine very soon for my cute guy cosplay. And I think I have like a decent, oh, I have two decent colored ribbon that I could use for my cute guy. I'm also gonna have to invest in more thread because the thread I've been using is from the dollar store. So that's why it breaks a lot and is really crappy. But yeah, one of the main things I have an issue with for this prop is the lid was broken when I eventually decided to use it for this purpose. So I had to hot glue the edges. As you guys can tell, they're chunkier. And since I did that, it made the lid a little smaller, so it does, oh yeah, this side shows you, it does scratch off the paint. Not that I ever take the lid off when I use it for cosplays, but I just would like to make a better one. Yeah, here is my puppet box. Nothing too special about that. Next up, I made these paper claws for my puppet cosplay because around this time I saw a lot of people were buying like those mechanical, like really long ones for puppet. I didn't want to pay for those, so I decided to search up paper claws on Google, and I found a tutorial, just copied it 10 times, and then when I first made these, I had colored them in Sharpie instead of grabbing my paint because I was lazy. And over the years, I just left it like that because I told myself I was gonna eventually paint them. Never did until this year. So they were getting really scratched, and a few of them did rip. So when I finally decided to repaint them, I paint them with black paint, obviously, and I also added a coat of Mod Podge paint, or just Mod Podge. Why did I say paint? But not only did it give it like some shininess, but the few that did have little rips in them closed and like stuck together, since it's Mod Podge is kind of like glue in a way. So yeah, really happy with how those turned out, but these are a pain in my butt to use. Let me say that. And lastly, for my puppet cosplay is my mask. I made this probably also late 2022, early 2023, somewhere around there, for my puppet cosplay. And funny story, one day I was just sitting in my bed and I went, I want to make a puppet mask. So I went upstairs to look for some cardboard, but it was recycling day outside. So my mom's like, any recycling would be outside, go look. And I found this really nice thick cardboard, so I grabbed that. So yeah, I got lucky, and I had originally made one on paper and then just kind of traced it onto the cardboard so I wouldn't mess it up. And yeah, I just painted it. I will say, since I don't know how well this camera is going to pick it up, but over the years of using it in cosplay and having these scrape against it, it does have like marks and stuff on it. I don't think the camera's picking it up. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. I don't know how well, but you can slightly see it. You can see a few marks. So I might eventually repaint it and then coat it in Mod Podge so that doesn't happen. But I'm really happy with how this turns out, or turned out. I think it's actually pretty accurate to Puppet's in-game model. And I really like it. It's one of my favorite things I've made. I just think it looks really nice. But yeah, that is all of my stuff for Puppet. Next, I'm going to show you my cute guy fake gun. I feel like that should be pretty obvious, judging from what it looks like, but I just want to say that just so everyone is aware. But not going to go into too much detail because I did make a whole video making this. Basically, I bought this years ago for a Halloween costume, and I had started painting it black, and then I never ended up finishing it. One half was painted, one half wasn't. So when I decided to make this my cute guy gun, I painted it white, or I took a pencil and then marked out where the pink was supposed to be, painted it pink, and then these are made out of cardboard. I technically made these out of paper first so I could get the shape I wanted. Traced it out on cardboard twice and then hot glued those together, so I did that 4 times. And then I just hot glued it to the gun and then painted it all. Yeah, I got this. I don't know if I said this. I got this from the dollar store. The gun. And then obviously cardboard from cardboard. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really like it. And I also want to say that here too, like I was saying earlier, since I have a sewing machine now, I will be sometime, hopefully soon, working on the next part for my cute guy revamp video of me working on the shorts and sewing it, hopefully. I do have to relearn how to use a sewing machine because I haven't used one in probably almost a decade now. So gonna have to relearn. But yeah, super excited about that. Next up is probably my least favorite props I've ever made, but I made these for my Empire Season 2 Lizzie. They were, if you haven't seen Lizzie's Empire Season 2, kind of spoilers, I guess, she is a cat girl, and when we first see her, she is wearing Lizzie's head, or her head, I guess. We eventually find out that it's a head throughout the series, And one thing she does is that she disguises herself when she does crime, I guess, if you want to say that. So specifically for Joel, she took Joel's head and I think she stole from him. I don't know, she stole from one of them, or maybe both of them using their own heads, so she wouldn't get caught. That was the whole premise of it. So that's why I made Catherine and Joel's. And then obviously I made Lizzie's. She technically also wears animal heads throughout the series, I believe. I was not making animal heads. These are already a pain in my butt enough. I don't like how they turned out. I think Joel's is probably my favorite, I guess. I might remake Lizzie's just because I will be cosplaying Empire Season 2 Lizzie again eventually, and I don't like how this turned out. Like, the cardboard is slanted. It's not the best. It doesn't look good in my opinion. I did okay for what I had, but in my defense, or not my defense, Catherine's looks like Yami in my opinion. Might just be me, but when I was painting this, I'm like, this really looks like Yami. Even though I copied Catherine's skin, I don't know what it is, but it just looks like Yami to me. But I tried my best. I think I did decently. One thing I hate is I added these ribbon onto all of them, so I could like tie it around my head. Never did that. I'm probably gonna cut these off, and that's what the tape's there for. But yeah, overall, don't really like these, but they're okay. They're okay. Especially because I gave myself a time limit because I wanted that to be my New Year's cosplay. But since these took a bit longer than I thought, it ended up coming out later. But I was rushing a lot of this, so they do look crappy also because of that reason. But yeah, but also just because I didn't make them nicely. And, oh, I'll show this first because this is... Got my Lizzie Trident. Funny enough, I have never shown this on TikTok. And I never posted my photos that I took in my Empire Season 1 Lizzie with the Trident. Because I use this in my CMV, which if you guys have seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. If not, I use this in the CMV. And I took some photos afterwards. Some of them turned out really nice, and others not. I hated the outfit I had for the my Lizzie cosplay. Normally, whenever I cosplayed Empire Season 1 Lizzie, I would wear a black skirt. However, I decided I'm going to be more accurate, and I bought a white skirt, a long white skirt. Hated how it looked, did not like it. I'm probably going to switch back to my black skirt. But also, where I took my photos, if you guys have seen that COV, you saw like all my Funko Pops were in the background. And my desk was a mess because I was trying to make it look like trinkety and stuff. And I just took my pictures there, and it was bad. Or at least some of them looked bad because my trash can was literally in a lot of the photos, and I just didn't like the whole chaotic background. So some of the photos did not turn out nice. A couple of them did. I do have some nice photos from that photo shoot. I just never ended up posting them because at the time I hated all of them. I have grown to like a lot of them now. So I might post them eventually, but at the same time I'm not sure. I did post a couple of them like on my stories and all that. But other than that, yeah. But basically bought this trident from what did I buy you? Party City. And I actually got it on sale. But yeah, painted it, which was annoying because it is long. But yeah, I tried to use the same colors as I did for my ocean orb, which you'll see in a minute. But since I painted these at very separate times, I tried my best to get it accurate. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The only thing I don't like is that like the paint is chipping here just because I don't even know why. Oh, I think it's when I first screwed it on. But yeah, and then I coated it with some sparkly Mod Podge stuff, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, again, like my pop-up box, nothing too special. Now, onto my favorite prop I've ever made, and it is the Ocean Orb from Empire's Season 1. I am really happy with how this prop turned out. I think it looks pretty accurate, especially with what I had at the time. And I'm talking about this. There was only ever front-facing images of the Ocean Orb because it was a 2D model in the game. So, I did with what I could, but I later found out, I'm pretty sure via the Empire Season 1 pins, that this is supposed to be a starfish. So I do plan on eventually remaking this, so I can make this an actual starfish. But I do think it looks still decent. Like, if you don't know what this is, you would probably think this looks accurate, maybe. But yeah, I really like how the hand turned out. I think that looked pretty accurate. I think I also got the colors accurate. The only thing I kind of straight and did my own is I added like the peach color and like some other colors throughout the orb just to make it look more interesting. But yeah, I am really happy with how that turned out. It's my favorite prop, I would say. Now moving into my AFMAL props. This one I will probably never use. I kind of just made it to make it. But it is the soul from My Inner Demons. In the first episode where Leaf, Noi, Pierce, and Rise, and I guess Ash was there too, but not in this particular moment I'm talking about, where they're chasing down the soul to catch it for Ash. I attempted to make it. It's not perfect because it's basically a glowing light orb thing in the show. So trying to bring that into the real world was difficult, especially with what I was working with. You might be able to do it, I don't know. But basically, what I did is I bought a bunch of foam balls because I plan to make other stuff, which you'll see in a moment, and painted it with a bunch of different colors. I used light blue, dark blue, black, purple, pinks, but it eventually became like a dark navy blue. So I took some blue and purple and just like scraped it across to make it look more colorful because it's not just straight black, or at least that's what I was getting from the images. And then for like the soul part, I did white and like some light blue. And I took some of my sparkly Mod Podge stuff and went over it so it looked more shiny and interesting. So it would stand out more and make it more like glowy because I don't have glow in the dark paint. I don't even know if I would assume glow in the dark paint exists. I've not been able to find any. I might have to look on Amazon. But yeah. Next up, this is what I bought the styrofoam balls for. But I made the realm breaker from my street. And I think it turned out really good. The only thing I don't like is this pen mark. Is when I was mapping out everything, like where these pieces would go, I mapped it out in pen, and for some reason, this is the only part the pen shows. And I didn't see it until I coated it all in like the glitter Mod Podge stuff. So I didn't want to paint over it because I didn't know how that would affect the Mod Podge and whatnot. So I kind of just kept it there. But yeah, it's fine. I like everything else. I love the colors. I love how the gold looked. It is a little messy, but I was trying my best with the hot glue gun. Again, that's my only. Oh, I guess this is also my gripe. It is a little dinged here. It's flat. But other than that, I really like how this turned out. I do probably plan on remaking it just because this really does bother me. And I also plan on making the Soul Echo from Mermaid Tales, which basically kind of looks like this, just different gold shaping. But yeah. And last, but certainly not least, are all the relics from MCD. These are the ones I have not finished. The only ones I have finished, and I don't remember any of the names, only except for Irene. I finished Irene's first because I only planned on making hers first because she's the only one I plan on cosplaying. So I made Irene's. I really like how this one turned out. I was really happy with that. And then I believe Travis does have the relic now. I could be wrong, but this is the one that looks like Travis has this one in the flashback. Again, I don't know names. But this one is okay. The only thing is just that I painted it fully yellow. But then when I was looking at them side by side, this one has like all this like shading and all that. And this just looked so plain. So I decided to take some gold paint and go over the edges. It looks decent. It just looks a little weird because it's just like darker, like a pretty dark. But I tried my best. I still think it looks good. Those are the only two I fully have painted, but I do have the other four. I started painting the base coat on them. Clearly not this one, though I thought I painted it. The other two, I have not painted the backs yet. So, yeah, these are the ones I have to work on, but it has been a while since I pulled those out and done anything with them. So, I might start working on them tomorrow. Maybe tonight, probably not. But probably tomorrow and maybe sometime next week as well, just before school starts, so I feel like I did something productive during my time on break. But I'm hoping that this semester won't be as busy, hopefully, so I can do some more cosplay stuff because, again, like I was saying, I want to do some more of my cute guy revamp stuff. and I want to paint more of my props. I want to make that soul echo, and just want to do some more cosplay stuff. I want to cosplay more and all that. So yeah, hopefully next semester won't be too busy. I do believe I will have another break eventually. I don't remember. I knew I had one last semester, last semester when I was doing my other program. But yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like the cosplay. And if you guys would like me to cosplay more often while I do videos like this, let me know. I thought this was really fun. But that just could be me. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys also enjoyed my props. If you guys have any questions about a specific prop, let me know down in the comments and I'll try to answer to my best of my abilities. I will say, if you want a more in-depth talk about my ocean orb, I did make a video on my TikTok a while back. It's not too far down, but it is a little further down. I'm pretty sure I was talking about it in my Cleo cosplay. So if you are interested in that, it is on my TikTok. However, I'm more than happy to talk about it again in the comments. Same thing about my cute guy gun. Nothing too special. But if you are wanting a more in-depth look, I made a whole YouTube video about it. But yeah, again, feel free to comment if you have any questions. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked to see some of my unfinished props, some of the props I've never shown. Like, I haven't shown any of these on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. No one knows about those. I guess you guys do now. Same with this prop, though I probably will never use it. And you guys are the only ones, and then the couple people on Instagram who have seen my stories know about my trident. So, fun! You guys got a little bit of knowledge on my props. I hope to make a lot more in 2026. That is the goal, at least. At the moment, besides the couple that I've already mentioned, I don't know what else I will be making, but I will definitely probably make more. More will come to my mind. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys had a good New Year's and a good Christmas. Yeah, bye guys!